Welcome to Millennia, boys, girls, men, women, children, spirit, creature, demons. Be ye a native migrator, invader from any of the coils known and across the multitude of realms in the myriad. Welcome, for I am your host, the Millennia Mailman, here today, and I'll be world building for you long after you've already begun to acclimate, fit in. So chillax, sit back, relax, enjoy. For this is Storytime Saturday. This should be the final piece of reading in this little 8-page letter from this 11-year-old child to his parents, namely his dad, or his stepdad, who, for privacy reasons, we'll just call Mr. Deaf, as in, did you hear? I can't hear you, Mr. Deaf. Right? So, I'll be reading this final page in this 8-page letter here for you to close off that, and then I'll probably give a final thoughts and general review of it in one last video in this little playlist here. But yes, this is the story, final bits of this written story time for this 11-year-old child to his parents on why he is being as rebellious and why he's taken the particular actions that he's been taking to his parents here. But I digress. Getting into it. Mr. Deaf's portion. In teaching, I don't switch now. They're pretty much old enough. Through the damage is done. Or in respect, damage is done there, not to give you still, or the change must come from me. To toe in alignment to the eternally less than below par that I am viewed as in this house. So it's not happening. I'm not changing right now because there's nothing to change other than that the situation which drives everything view as wrong about me. Other than being flirtatious, which is all a matter of how others' opinions perceive my optimisms and kindness, which isn't going to change in the slightest unless cursing everyone the F out and being disrespectful, as this letter is more desirable. I literally only cussed to make this point. If I cuss at anyone, my standard of consistency and equality mandates I cuss at all, starting in the home with you and mom. You must change on your own time, and I sincerely don't give half a hoot how or when you do it, if you ever will take this into serious acknowledgement. That doesn't matter to me or my development any longer. So I am incapable of the caring, and just hearing you attempt to incorporate me in your change will make me blow a fuse, and I'm not joking. I don't want, he didn't say one, I don't wanna teach, and I sure don't want to be a part of your learning processes. Leave me out of it the way I was out of the other 40 years of your life learning directly. The change that matters is influenced by your decision for the family matters and overruling influence of how things will play out from here on. The change of the present situation, the situation that came to the most notable head at around 1:30 a.m., where the only liable option for stubborn fooks like you and I was given. You gotta go, end quote. Well, quote is you gotta go, and end quote. Will you persist in continuing this retard will you continue in this, that word, display of dominance, or will you allow for me to finish to completion at what I know to be my max capacity? Will you let me perform at my 100%, or will you continue to your attempts to be wise as you merely reveal how inept, incapable, and ill-fit you are as the model leader you have people looking to you to be and mold themselves out of from? Oh boy. That's the last page. I was not expecting to have that word there at the very end here. I kind of read over it. But win some, lose some. Man, this is one emotionally charged 11-year-old, one highly emotional child. So, yes, that has been the final page. The story is effectively over for this time. But let's review. Starting with this back page here and what I just read, he's just reiterating that concept of, I am not changing not for the betterment of our parent to child dynamics. I'm not changing right now, and I likely never will, and nor can I really possibly do that. It's not really a genuine thing right now, or that even necessarily applies, because all of those things he listed there, all those things are effectively borders and barriers he doesn't feel like tackling or going along with, so he just says BS to it. BS about it. So those final little, the very last few sentences was more so of a questioning attitude per se toward the father, who it seems was driving in like power talking points that the son is reiterating in a questioning tone, like, are you really serious? Will you actually persist in continuing your display of dominance or incompetence and this and that, so on and so forth? Or will you actually let me just move on as I'm said I wanted to, as I'm saying I want to, and I surely will continue to try to, right? So, yeah. Words are quite the beautiful thing. Here in the Americas especially, be it in the early years of education, especially public education, or in the later years when you get to choose your private education, the American, the really American or Americanized public system of indoctrination of freedom of will is something rather uniquely funny. Not funny haha, but funny weird at times, because the American dream is to recognize that we all really do have free will, and you can do with that what you will. And I'd say this letter is definitely an epitome of that very idea concept, on how such a well-versed and articulate child of 11 years old is cognitively being aware of and going through and can articulate himself in such a manner. Because I will dare say this is a very well articulated child, especially for his age range. Mainly for his age range. But in other aspects, oh man, the spelling, the grammar, and everything. It really got to me more than once, because oh my dear gosh, I'm not very good with. I will let you know, I'm not very good with spelling, especially spelling. I suck at spelling, but to read this and not even be able to guess what the word is makes me feel half as bad as like when I'm typing in sometimes and Google doesn't know what word I'm trying to type. It's like, do you mean this? You don't even mean that? Then I have no idea what you could be trying to type in right now to correct the spelling you have, because your spelling is probably wrong, and and I have no idea what you could be trying to spell. Right? So there were certainly drawing parts, but the child is well articulate. He may not be the most competent person on the things the parents are going through and the reasons of those parents, the genuine reasons of the parents, but he is very well articulating what he perceives to be the root causes and the reasons for the things going on and how it's being displayed. So, yes. So, yep, that has been all pages beginning of end, page 1 to page 8 of this dynamic here from 11-year-old child to their parent. It is most critical because of that. I'm a watcher, an analyzer, so on and so forth. But hey, that's just today's reading. Go ahead, like, comment, share for more exposure, comment for your questions, comment, concerns, and we can get further discussion on it in that comment section down below, and so on and so forth. And yep, that's all. Peace.